All right, welcome back to program number 3. And consistent with the model of progression that we have been using so far, the first program having a strength or a heavy load focus, the second being volume dominant with a superset. Now we are looking at another strength method. And I thought, why be fancy? Let's do one of the all-time classic strength workouts. And this is called the 5x5 methods. It is classic. It has been around for decades. And when techniques and methods have been around that long, they tend to stick around because they work. Things that are flash in the pan and somebody shows on socials this week and no one's talking about them next year, it's because they looked good, but when people did them long enough, they realized, it doesn't do what it promises. But the 5x5 is time tested. And it's also the simplest of all training methods. You simply pick a bang for your buck movement for each movement plane. And the movement planes are squat patterns for the knees, deadlifts for the hips, horizontal pushing and pulling like a bench press in a bent over row. And for the vertical plane, we've got military press, barbell press, and chin-ups, pull-ups. They are bang for your buck. Most joints, most muscles, hardest, most complex to do, most rewarding. Now, those bang for your buck receive the 5x5 method. So you warm up, and then you'll just simply perform 5 sets of 5 repetitions, and you step load those. So you start with a set of 5 that's possible to do. You can feel it, but it's certainly not going to strain you. And while you rest, we add a little bit more weight, and we keep doing this until you get to your 5th set of 5. And you're either going to make the 5 or you decide on the 4th rep that you're going to stop. Because you know if you do the 5th, it might compromise your form and you don't want to risk an injury. Absolutely. But that last set, those 4 sets leading up to the 5th, it's all preparing you for that final set of 5. And that's going to be your PB. That's going to be your maximum set. That's some lorikeets enjoying my balcony and some of the seeds I've left out for them. Very, very noisy, but beautiful. So that's the 5x5 method. Step load it, work up to that final set of 5. And if you don't get the 5, you stop at 4, that's completely fine. And that technique, like everything else, we want to progressively overload. So next week, your first set of 5, we want to go up a little bit. And the 3rd week, up a little bit again. So each week you are progressively overloading. Super exciting, great and easy technique. And everything else you do in that workout, by the way, they're just done as supporting the movement of the primary lift. So if you've done a front squat, for example, for your first set of 5x5, and we might pick 2 bang for your buck movements. So we might do a deadlift. In this case, you're going to do a snatch grip deadlift, so a wide grip deadlift. Every other exercise in that workout is done with lighter load, so higher reps, 6, 8, maybe 10 repetitions, and it supports the front squat and the deadlift. So you might think, well, how on earth am I going to do 5 sets of 5 of multiple movements? You don't. You typically do 2 in a workout, and then you just do some moderate rep range to finish, to condition the quads in this case, and the glutes and the lower back for the deadlift. Very simple, very effective. One of the more enjoyable workouts, but still super effective. Enjoy 3 weeks on the 5x5, and I'll see you in a very short period of time to talk about your final overload technique. Train hard until then.